These are terrorists. We shall have no alternative than to put you out of action.
According to Lokech, the action to kill Amin was executed because such people are well trained and are sophisticated people to deal with.
When you're going to handle these people, you need also to be very, very careful. Others even blow themselves off. I have been in those situations myself.
At least 2 SMGs guns and 1 pistol concealed underground have been recovered by Uganda police in the ongoing operation to crack down on the criminals linked to allied democratic forces. The guns were recovered from Juma Said, a resident of Kanyogoga Zone, Bukasa Parish, Namuwongo.
You remember the rider who was riding Master in a yellow jacket, the orange jacket, with a Gapco jacket, is Juma Said, with the helmet. We found the jacket and the helmet in the ceiling.
These are the guns that were used in the assassination of former police spokesperson Andrew Felix Kawesi and Major Chigundu Muhammad.
That it was the same cartridges that was got at Kawesi's and Kigundu. They have similar characteristics. That's how you analyze some of these things.
The installation of cameras has played a key role in the process of cracking down these criminals. Major General Lokech believes more integration of this apparatus and human intelligence will strengthen security.
Criminality that's why we need always to be ahead of them.
Information obtained from police indicates that 4 suspects are in custody, while Hussein Wahabu Rubwama and Mustafa Ramalani have been gunned down. The main cell leader in Uganda, identified as Sheikh Abu Ubaida Bukenya, is still at large and colleague believed to be nicknamed Kanabe. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News at Naguru Police Headquarters.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has encouraged corporate entities in the country to complement government efforts in the fight against COVID-19. Nabanja's remarks followed the generous contribution of 530 million shillings towards procurement of 15,000 vaccine doses.
A renowned Kampala businessman Hamis Chegundu is concerned that government is battling COVID-19 pandemic without much support from the private sector. This is a trend that he seeks to change through setting this precedence of a 530 million shilling donation to the National COVID-19 Task Force.
Money has no use to the dead, and COVID is not discriminating. It can take anyone down, let it be a poor person or a rich person. There is no use of money if it can't be brought forward to save lives. I call upon all these companies, big companies, to come and join hands towards this justified cause of saving lives, to see that we fight COVID-19.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja received the cash meant to procure COVID-19 vaccines for about 15,000 patients.
5,000 doses towards my employees and tenants, and the other 10,000 doses to go out to my other fellow Ugandans.
Once the funds are received, we have a process in which they will be taken to that special account where they are placed, and from that, then the rightful processes are done for the procurement of what is meant to be procured.
Nabanja describes the gesture as worthwhile and timely.
5,000 for his companies, the employees of his companies, and 10,000 for other Ugandans. It's a big gesture. You have really shown other people that in Uganda we have people with a big heart.
The invasion of COVID-19 in Uganda in March 2020 was later punctuated by relief aid from the high and the low plus organizations. The public has always been inquisitive on how such donations were put to use that has been provided.
The committee of the 68 billion shillings, 30 billion, 38 billion, and whatever was given in kind, motor vehicles, food, and the like, was given out to the public, and the vehicles were given.
to continuously embrace measures against the virus to protect the country against the pandemic. Henry Okurut, UBC.
Ministry of Health has said that dynamics surrounding the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic need a concerted effort urging members of the public against self-medication and excessive use of traditional medicines. As of Friday, the 2nd of July 2021, which is tonight, Uganda had registered over 1,800 deaths. Most fatalities have occurred during the second wave. The Minister for Health, Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, wants Ugandans not to drop their guard in the fight against the coronavirus.
As follows. A total of 285,600 vaccines is expected this month under the dose sharing arrangement through the COVAX facility. This will further boost our vaccination program. The fourth consignment of AstraZeneca vaccine from the COVAX facility of 688,800 doses is expected to be delivered in August 2021. A donation of 300,000 doses of the Sinovac vaccine from the People's Republic of China is expected this month, July. The Ministry of Health has concluded the initial legal requirements to procure 2 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine through the Afri-Exim Bank and the African Union. And the process is ongoing to conclude. Legal requirements to procure 9 million doses of vaccines through the COVAX facility under the cost-sharing framework have been concluded and funds have been remitted for this. So we await a feedback on when we can receive the 9 million doses from the COVAX facility. The Ministry of Health is also at different stages of engagement to acquire vaccines from Cuba, Russia, China, and the United Kingdom besides the COVAX facility.
European Union, our European office, and you might have seen a joint communique by COVAX partners, which has emphasized the need of mutual recognition of vaccine certificates. So we are working on that, and we hope in the next week or so this will be resolved.
The chairperson of the National Union of Disabled Persons of Uganda has asked government to include them among those to receive the COVID-19 relief fund. This was at a press conference held at his office in Bukoto, Kampala, as Andrew Sebila reports.
Government is to give COVID-19 relief to persons affected by the ongoing partial lockdown due to COVID-19. Among the benefits, to appeal to government to think about persons living with disabilities.
Persons with disability should be considered as well, since their mobility has been totally affected during the lockdown and are unable to continue sustaining their livelihood.
The chairperson Nudipu Mpindi Bumali appeals to government to allow persons with disabilities to use border borders for easy access to their medication destinations.
Since they majorly depend on drugs for survival, and it is necessary that they properly feed and well taken care of to supplement their drugs, especially during this lockdown.
The Executive Director Nudira says there are over 1 million Ugandans living with disabilities and advised those registering to consider them first.
Our appeal to the town clerks is to indicate the disability when someone discloses it.
The National Woman MP representing persons with disabilities appeals to government to ensure there is a sign language interpreter during national addresses.
So I want to appeal to Media Center that all this information you're giving, you're leaving out so many people with disabilities because you do not have an interpreter. And we want to say as members of parliament that it is not the duty of NUDIPU, which is a non-government organization, or Association of the Deaf, to pay an interpreter to interpret for Ugandans who are deaf.
Under this COVID-19 relief campaign program, government is to give each household at least 100,000 shillings. Sebira Andrew compiled this report.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a very short break. On return, we'll have more. It's UBC News Tonight.
We've cut and reduced our MTN Momo withdrawal rates. Now you can withdraw mobile money at the lowest rates. You also get MTN Senchu points when you deposit, send and withdraw MTN mobile money. Visit our Momo agents countrywide and withdraw mobile money at our reduced rates from 1st May 2021. Everywhere you go. MTN.
COVID-19 chijja kugwa. If we get vaccinated now, observe social distancing, wear a mask properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly. Together we can defeat this enemy.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 4 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Fellow Ugandans, you know that the current COVID-19 period is a trying time in our lives. However, we still have another threat that has been with us for a long time, and it is called neglected tropical diseases, also known as NTDs. NTDs include bilharzia, stomachs. Trachoma causes blindness, and elephantiasis causes the sweat. Unclean running water, keeping dirty hands away from your eyes, always using pit latrines, and discouraging open defecation in your community to avoid flies that carry germs. Reporting to the health facility early when feeling unwell. Remember to stay safe and protect yourself. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from Ascend Project.
In efforts to improve quality assurance and Uganda's competitiveness as a tourist destination, Uganda Tourism Board is set to undertake a nationwide grading and classification exercise of hotel and accommodation facilities. As a member of the East African community, Uganda subscribes to the East African Grading and Classification Criteria, a system denoted by stars ranging from 1 to 5. The grading and classification exercise will be crowned by the awarding of star ratings to facilities found compliant to the EAC minimum standards. This is therefore a call to all accommodation and facility owners and managers to register and get licensed by UTB as a requirement and get ready for participation. For more information, visit www.utb.go.ug or email qualityassurance@utb.go.ug for details. Uganda Tourism Board, promoting tourism together.
Introducing to you the Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, Mbarara University of Science and Technology. We run academic programs designed to create an interface between academics, industry, and the community. We aim at offering hands-on learning experience and skills, continuous evolving societal needs. Join the Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies today, Health and Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Livelihoods and Farm Production. For postgraduate programs, we offer Master of Arts in Planning and Governance, Master of Arts in Development Studies, Master of Arts in Peace and Conflict Studies, Postgraduate Diploma in Criminology, and PhD in Development Studies. For inquiries, please contact us through our email dean.fis@mass.ac.ug or admissions@mass.ac.ug, or you can call the Dean directly on 0782827777 or 0701778699. Electronic applications are also available on our website, applications.mass.ac.ug. Succeed we must.
UBC News Tonight. Welcome back from the break. Let's now talk business. Kisoro residents are expanding the area's tourism opportunities that include tapping into some of the area's least known physical opportunities. Renowned for gorilla tourism and mountain climbing, Kisoro residents are now considering adding to this list physical features that were as a result of volcanic activities, mainly lakes, fissures, caves, and cone-shaped hills.
These places are important where those special features should be secured for tourism and research. So,
splendor, beauty, and residentiability in two attractive terraces is what defines Kisoro district, also fondly referred to as Bufumbira by area residents.
So we have a plan, and we shall launch soon the map of Kisoro showing tourism potential sites, and we shall, after corona challenges, we shall invite the private sector and civil society and development partners to help us develop those places.
The largely mountainous district, dotted with undulating hills, interlocking valleys, inactive volcanic features, lava-dammed lakes, the friendly people, the winding roads, forests bubbling with mountain gorillas, terraces on the cone-shaped hills, and residents' ability to adapt to the largely steep hills are some of the eye-catching features that characterizes the most southwestern district.
We do mapping of all tourism potential sites, be it those special areas of now, and you went to Kampala and came back, you go back, you still here, it's still rolling down.
Now, residents want this beauty converted to a cash cow for socio-economic development of this naturally cool district.
Twawuhindura towa kuko abagira neza n'abazungu n'abandi bantu bavuye hanze baza baraza kuwureba bakadusigira ishiringi zigafasha village yacu Nzogera.
A community zizira around zigira icyo zatunga muki muri iki kintu bakigazetinga. Habo tubari abagayidi abandi babagayide babagambire ninga bakikuru babagambire ikintu umugasho gwacu ningo ko cyayizira ko bakishangireho kugira ngo community ibone income batowarisi ninga mu bakira rugendo.
Some of the features, like underground fissures, subterranean tunnels, and caves, are features that are unique to Kisoro and potential tourism attractions.
Mount Mabura, and these links are Lake Mutanda and the Lake Ruhondo in Rwanda, and those 6 lakes, those twin lakes in this area, they are linked with that.
A bottomless pit near Mgainga Gorilla National Park that residents of Zogera in Nyarusa sub-county named Muremure, loosely translated as very deep, is one of the features being marketed for tourism.
It's endless pit. Kunkachira connecting na Lake Mutanda, connecting na Muna Chahafi na Kayumbu, na Ruhondo, na Burera yo mu Rwanda. Na Kivu. That's why wata munke chintu, okanaga munke chintu. Wachitegereza.
Residents claim that once in a while, enraged residents throw themselves into this fish.
It was a punishment place. But now that we no longer do that, what else can we do about them? Yes, we can coin them, package them to be tourism sites, together with other important sites like where Winston Churchill stood and called Uganda part of Africa. That is Kanava. So
during pre-colonial wars in the area, prisoners would be pushed down into this fissure, believed to be connected to lakes Mutanda and Mrehe, about 12 kilometers away.
They were captives between the Germans and the Belgians and the British when they are fighting for Fumbira. Many people were buried here. And the current civil wars, we are not suspecting they died here. And the people who disappears, finally they drop him here.
During rainy seasons, this fish reportedly emits a smoke-like gaseous substance with a pungent smell, an indication that is still active.
Ushange nkembogo zazara abantu batagizireki batahikire ninga nk'abakazi nkenda zirogemo. So hariho obwire bwamanya ngo bwere buri buti abakazi bine nkenda tibarije gakuno okora ki okore yonka mu misiri yabo.
Residents now want this deep fissure fenced off and marketed as a tourism attraction spot so that tourists visiting the nearby Virunga National Park veer off to look at it for the community's benefit in the form of revenue from royalties.
So this thing must be gazetted and protected, must be a protected area government to help and make sure they gazette the place for the purposes of what?
The area's beauty.
Have so many vents. They are vents, but they call them holes. Like one of Mure. We have one in Tobele, Mwapiche. We have a number of caves. All of those are due to volcanic activity.
Kisoro district land formation was largely influenced by volcanic activity in the past, with one of the mountain peaks of Mfumbiro Ranges near Goma City in the Democratic Republic of Congo still active.
Most all of the active volcanoes are in Congo and Rwanda on those sides. So I want to...
Haimana Deo, reporting for UBC News, Kisoro.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*4#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
In the world of sports, State Minister for Sports Hamson Obua has visited states in Kapchorwa. The meeting focused on many issues.
Aware that the country is under a lockdown for 42 days, but we are here in Kapchorwa. That shows you how government of Uganda takes matters of Olympic and Paralympic Games to be very, very important.
Uganda's Olympics-bound athletes have been advised to exercise extra care as the only way to steer clear of COVID-19, which may hamper participation chances.
We are also going to make special arrangements. UOC is here, National Council is here. In terms of your routine test while in Kapchorwa, we do not want you, the athletes, to mix with other people. In fact, accept when we take you for total isolation, even from your own. Qualifies for Olympics, the next level is to reach heaven. Because Olympics is above World Championship, is above Commonwealth Games, is above all Africa Games. That is the highest.
Uganda Olympic Committee President Donald Rukare also weighed in, especially on the issue of doping and discipline.
So it's important that you maintain discipline, be very careful about anti-doping, manipulation of sport, but importantly, go out, do your best, enjoy.
Tokyo 2020 Olympics team physician Dr. Nana Nakidu also offered counsel.
As athletes, you will be tested on a daily basis, so please be mentally prepared. And also, please be mentally prepared for a positive result. A positive result will have some implications, and we shall be there. Please avoid self-medication and buying drugs over the counter, because in anti-doping, remember, you have to know the prohibited list of substances.
Uganda's team to the 2020 Olympics has 26 members, but athletics has contributed the biggest number with 19. Among these is 2012 Marathon Olympics gold medalist Stephen Kiprotich, who's targeting victory at his third appearance and advises colleagues against stage fright.
These Olympics, we are not going to come empty-handed. In 2016, I had the poor preparation. One, I've lost a number of people who are behind my success. So this time, I'm hardened enough. And I'm still hardening my team. What I want to tell you is that when we go there, don't fear.
Uganda's cast at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics includes Joshua Cheptegei, Jacob Kiplimo, Winyina Nyondo, and Halima Nakai. The first batch left the country a few weeks ago, while the next departs on 13th. Uganda has since its first appearance at the Olympics in 1956 won 7 medals, 4 of which are from boxing and the rest track and field. The 7 are boxers John Beast Mugabe, Eridad Mukwanga, and double medalist Leo Rwabogo. From track and field, it's Davis Kamoga, John Akibu, and Stephen Kiprotich, with the latter 2 the only gold medalists. The 2020 Tokyo Olympics start 23rd July till 8th August. John Barnes, Sentamo, report.
Now, we want to get to know how our local governments are involved and what role they are exactly playing in as far as fighting the COVID-19 is concerned. How are we going to know that? We have the Minister for Local Government himself in an interview that we'll hold immediately after this short break. So do not go anywhere. Keep it UBC TV. The Honorable RAPHAEL MAGYEZI is already here with us.
Tonight on UBC.
How did you receive the news that you have been appointed Vice President?
I felt very humbled, extremely humbled.
You have been in the army, you served, became an MP, minister, now Vice President. What inspired you to give out yourself to national service?
What inspired me is the concern for the needs of people.
As a young lady then, were you not scared of the army and the LRA and what really it took to be an army officer?
I did not have the fear.
Really?
But I just had the zeal to work like other soldiers. On the contrary, my parents were the ones who were scared. And they tried to block me. Then I just escaped and joined the army.
Really? You ran away from them?
Yes, actually my dad came to the training school. And then when he came there, he was coming to pick me and take me back. Then they told him that the cadets are not around. They went for the physical exercise in the field, but we were in class. So he went back.
Tonight on UBC.
Most people never notice that all them want and need.
This special day, a legend comes on your national TV. When you think of legends, you can't figure out DJ Dan Starboy, the reggae and dancehall ambassador. Get certified of 99 greatest hits on UBC TV every Friday, 11 p.m.
Rasta no me to fight, Rasta me need to love me people. Rasta no me to fight every time. One love you. Licky, licky, lava, lava, so, so, so. Licky, licky, oh yeah, lava, lava. Oh yes. Them just a rock and come It's a skank in the dance. Everyone. Them just a rock and command. Just a rock and command. Just a rock and command. One love.
We've cut and reduced our MTN Momo withdrawal rates. Now you can withdraw mobile money at the lowest rates. You also get MTN Central Points when you deposit MTN mobile money. Visit our Momo agents countrywide and withdraw more mobile money at our reduced rates from 1st May 2021. Everywhere you go. MTN.
Wait, Abu. Tunamaliliza. And what are you doing throwing papers all over the place?
I was looking for an invoice for a sound system and cables that I received yesterday, but I can't find it.
You know there is a way of keeping all this in one place and available to you as and when you need it.
I really wish there was one, because the way these invoices grow legs and disappear.
I believe this is what you're looking for.
Now how did it get there?
Tabo! Do you know that with EFRIS, you can stay on track of all your business transactions and improve on your record keeping?
How so?
Katituliku computer with EFRIS. I just search using the fiscal document number and I retrieve the records I'm looking for. Bookkeeping is simple after that.
Kapo, awesome, yeah.
I began using URS Kakasa Solutions and now I'm in charge of my business. And you can as well.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Welcome to English in a Minute. As a verb, to catch means to capture or hold on to something. As a noun, it's a game where two people throw and catch a ball.
You know that house I was looking at last week?
Yes.
Well, I checked this morning and the price went down from $200,000 to $75,000.
Wow, that sounds great. But Jonathan, what's the catch?
The owner said last week's rainstorm completely flooded the basement and first floor.
We use the phrase, "what's the catch?" when something sounds too good for it.
Yes, a very good evening once again. It's UBC News Tonight, and we continue now with a brief interview about how our local governments are handling the problem of COVID-19. Government is just not a unit in Kampala here, but it goes as far as Kotido, as far as Kamuli, as far as Kisoro, and those structures are what we call local governments. How are they involved and what is their role in as far as fighting COVID-19 is concerned is the discussion we're going to hold here. And I have the man himself, the minister in charge of local governments, that's the Honorable RAPHAEL MAGYEZI. Honorable, you're most welcome.
Thank you, Jordan.
How is your evening and how are you? Tell you why I'm asking how you are.
Yeah.
Why I'm asking how you are? There was information that
you see I'm fine.
You that you got treated and you are now fine.
Yeah.
How true is that?
Jordan, good evening, viewers. First of all, let me appreciate you and appreciate UBC.
Yes.
For giving us this time as government officials to interact with the population.
Thank you so much.
It's a good service, and for me, I'm here now to interface with the local governments especially, and through the local governments, the population. Very important, yes, on the 24th of May, last month, it's not just last month now, we're already in July. 24th of May, I tested positive to COVID. I had a feeling over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I was feeling a bit of chest pain, a bit of difficulty in breathing, had a headache, and then on Sunday, some fever, mild fever, and then a bit of coughing. It's dry cough, nothing comes out. So I became suspicious. So on Monday I went for test and the results were positive.
Okay.
So the Director of Medical Services, Dr. Mwebesa, called me and he told me about it. He sent me Dr. Sekaja and the medical team to give me support at home. Yeah, so I was isolated at home. Okay. I didn't have to go to the hospital for two reasons. One, that quick early detection. I think if I had waited for a week, a difficult condition. So the body was strong. But secondly, I had been vaccinated. I'd had my 2 jabs.
Okay.
So that means vaccine may not prevent the infection.
You from catching
but
the disease.
To me, it gave me the confidence. I was saying, no, this I'll handle. So it gives you the confidence, and I want to believe it strengthens the capacity of the body to fight back.
Okay.
So that was important. And thirdly, proper advice from the medical team.
What I want to know and what I want our viewer to get from you firsthand, you got treated from home. How easy is that, and how can somebody really take that kind of measure?
It's not easy.
How was it for you?
It's not easy because to be isolated in your bedroom,
yes,
within your home, when you have the rest of the family members who cannot reach you, it's not easy. It's very difficult. You're used to hugging your daughter. You're used to, hey, good morning to everybody. But I think it was good for me because you get direct care by a family member who is trained and told by the doctors on how to handle you. Even the rest of the family members, they were tested. Good enough, they were negative. So they were told how to interface with me. And thirdly, you know, it's important to disinfect the home. So and resist the temptation of receiving visitors. Okay. To know that this is a home, but it's a hospital. You are in isolation.
But there is a process of treating somebody.
Yes, you are told the medicines to take. You are told the exercise. It's the first time really I had to value the early morning sunshine, vitamin D, something we don't take as important.
Seriously?
Yes.
Normally.
But 7 o'clock you find me outside. Physical exercise, light exercise, but which brings up circulation of the blood, and then also nutrition. Nutrition is part and parcel of it. Now, when you are in the home, it's easier to order for what you want. The fruits, the vegetables, the type of food, and to manage it. So for me, it was a good experience. And I love to...
We thank God that you're very okay.
I'd like to really advise colleagues, especially the leaders. Let's fight stigma of Kondu, Hamchigundu. He brought us 530 million shillings. And one word he said is, COVID can affect the rich or the poor. It can affect the leader or the lady.
Okay.
It's not evil.
In fact, he said money is useless.
When you have it, forget.
Exactly.
Money, you can live your money.
Without life, it's useless.
So I'd like to request our colleagues, the leaders, come out, declare. You give the experience, you share what you're going through with the population.
Your experience can give somebody courage.
We must fight stigma of COVID, because if we don't, it means the positive cases will go under the table. Once they go there, it becomes hard for the local authorities to identify them. It's coming out of my experience. There's nothing wrong with telling people, look, for now, leave me alone. I have this problem. So
you posted, I remember.
Yeah, you see, and it helped me. And I could see, because the phone is on, you are able to receive some calls. You see the care that people give you. You see the confidence that people are encouraging you to have. You see the prayers. You can feel it. People are praying for you. So don't hide. COVID is not evil. It's not, you can't get it.
You can't be blamed for it.
You can't be blamed for it, but avoid it. It's not good. So it's not
okay, Honorable. We thank God that you are now very okay.
I'm fine. I'm
you
strong.
Tested again,
I'm healthy.
You tested again and you were negative.
I tested twice.
Okay.
While in isolation, I was negative. I've tested ever since, twice a week, and I'm fine.
Amen. Glory be to God.
Amen. It's God.
Okay.
Gives back life.
Now we take you to your office.
Yep.
You are part of us. You are essential workers. Essential, in fact.
Very essential.
The local government structures.
Absolutely essential.
What role are you playing in the fight against the COVID-19, right from LC5 to LC1?
Very important. And let me thank His Excellency the President for guiding us, for giving guidance, not just the country, but now I'm talking about the local governments. Specifying the role of the local governments, encouraging them to please play your part, and also supporting the local governments. Of course, he has given us directives. I take his instructions, and we've prepared support to the local governments.
Okay.
But the question becomes, what is their role? How has it affected them? I think I still...
With the role, what are they doing?
What are they supposed
to do? What contribution are they giving?
What contribution are they giving?
Yes.
Number one, local governments have in each district. There is the district chairperson, LC5. There is the chief administrative officer, the accounting officer. There is the head of medical services, the district health officer. You have the DPC, you have the DISO, you have, in some cases, the production officer and finance because of financing. Now that structure goes down to the municipal authority. There is a municipal task force, and also at the sub-county task force, chaired by the sub-county chairperson, with the sub-county chief and the GSO and so on. They are all there. But also now we have gone to the community engagement strategy response to COVID. It's been effective in the fight against other pandemics and viruses, the HIV, AIDS, all these and so on, and mobilization of production. So for me, I'm here to now urge the local governments, reactivate the district task forces, down to the municipal authority, to the town councils, the sub-counties,
what had happened
up
to
the
them?
Village. I think after the first wave, there was a bit of relaxation. We thought things had gone. We thought we had defeated COVID, and we forgot. And we all went to sleep. So I'm glad that yesterday I had a chat with the district chairperson of Kabarole, Fande Rwabuhinga. I also talked to his RDC, she's called Julian. And they assured me they were going to the sub-counties. They were out in the sub-counties to revive the sub-county task forces. What do I mean by reviving? Reconstituting, reminding them, reassuring them, also retraining them to know their responsibilities. So I'm requesting, I'm advising, I'm urging the district chairperson, the RDC, the chief administrative officer, the town clerk, you worship the mayor, you are looking at me. Please make sure that these structures are active.
My expectation was that as the ministry, you are directly involved in the institution and operation of these task forces.
Yes.
How did they again relax and even almost vanish, like you said?
It's not only the district.
When we got done with the first wave.
Absolutely, almost the whole country. But
when the situation went to a different direction, when the president called on all of us to take cover, everybody picked their hoe, their gun, their tool, their knife, back to the war. How come you, the Ministry of Local Government, and these systems, the task forces, you didn't wake up?
They require sometimes, in some cases, a bit of facilitation. But in other cases, it depends on the energy of the individual, the leadership capacity. We are at different levels. There are some districts which have not waited for facilitation from government, and they are out there running. But there are some who have course, but you see, we don't have fuel. But you see, we don't have this. But you see, how do we go to the sub-county? You see, the other vehicle broke down. So we have prepared for that. It's the responsibility of the local authorities Number one, to carry out surveillance. Surveillance means you monitor a suspect, somebody you are suspecting this person to have COVID. You monitor. And they are there at the village level. That's why I'm saying the structure goes to the village. There is a VHT, village health team. These have been volunteers, but they work with the village committee. So there is a task force at the village who are able to look at you and say, Jordan, your cough is abnormal. I said, at the health center 3. Don't go there. Wait, she will come and examine you and test you. And if you are okay, fine. If you are not okay, the responsibility of the local government is to evacuate you, to make sure that there is an ambulance, there is a facility to take you to the health center.
I wanted to go to that now. We have districts, some very new, others, even when they are old enough, they still complain of underfunding and lack of resources.
They don't have transport.
They don't even have headquarters. They don't have these
vehicles.
Health centers. Definitely you can't talk about ambulances. How are these districts handling, and what kind of plans do you have as a ministry or as government in general?
Yeah, even the new local governments, even the new sub-counties, even the new districts, the new town councils, we've just formed cities.
Exactly. In fact, I had not talked about cities.
Yeah, they are there. But let's not behave as if these institutions have been created from us. They have not come up from up there and fallen down. The county had a health center 3. It has not shifted from where it was. The people of that sub-county which has been created will still access services. Within the geography called a county, which we can equate to a constituency, there is a health center 4, in most cases, up to about 80%. There are some counties without a health center 4. But still, within that constituency, there is no constituency where you will not find a health center 3. That there is one sub-county with a health center 3 within that area. Now, of course, you will say, but the districts are supposed to have a district hospital. It's not there, yes. But there are facilities within the district for health service. So for me, I cannot take cover as local governments and say, but we are this morning, and we've been assured of 2 vehicles per district under the other donation which was given.
Okay.
So some have come, others are on the way. Soon the president will launch that and they will distribute these vehicles. But I'm now calling on the district officials, and take this as important. Please, the RDC, the chairman LC5, the COW, commandeer these equipment within the district, avail them to the health official, the district health officer, so that should there be any need of transportation, of evacuation of a victim, you are not stuck. In some constituencies, there are individuals, including members of parliament, who have donated ambulances.
Yes.
But there are also some good-hearted people. Like I said today, we had Chigundu.
Miss Chigundu.
500 million, 505.
The youthful tycoon in town.
If you know that you have a vehicle, instead of parking it home, the district can maintain it. You can donate for the purpose of that, these remaining 30 days.
Can the districts really maintain these vehicles?
Yes.
I've passed health centers and you see in the backyard, vehicles parked there with grass that has grown through them. I'm sure you have also seen it.
I've seen them in the district yard.
Exactly.
And you see
do our districts have the capacity to maintain these vehicles? And I will add on that, how capable in terms of finance and empowerment, financial empowerment, how much is given to our districts in this kind of a time?
Today I requested the Minister of Finance to come out with a bill of funds for the local governments at this material time. And he has confirmed. And I believe the process.
Do you want him to come out clear just on what? Have you
availability?
Have you asked for some more money?
Yes,
as
the National Task Force has agreed, and Cabinet approved funding to the tune of about 53 billion to the local governments.
Okay.
Each district is going to get 150 million shillings.
Okay.
And each municipality, because last time we left out the municipalities, and we found that No, I think that was not a good decision. So this time, we're giving 100 million shillings to each municipality. This money is to do exactly what you are saying. Provide fuel for these vehicles, which I've said, please, don't allow the district officials to start running with their individual vehicles outside. Let these vehicles be parked at the district, at the municipality, centrally, to fight COVID at this time. Provide the fuel. We've provided money for maintenance and servicing of the vehicles. Even if it was my vehicle, I've given it to you as a district, please use it for the community service. Don't run it down and you bring it when it is ramshackled. The government is releasing money for servicing and maintenance of those vehicles. We're also giving you money to support and make a transfer of about 20% of that fund to the lower local governments, the sub-counties, the town councils, the divisions, so that we all play our part. Now there will be some little money, also about 10% for allowances of the team, because they'll have meetings, they are going out to the field, they need a lunch here, they need a bottle of water. So there is no excuse. We will not have an excuse. We are already activating that process. I believe this coming week we shall send the resources. Even in the village, Jordan, we are going to support the village, because I've said there is a VHT, this person whom the president or medical staff at the village level.
In your structure, who now supervises this person? Because in the villages, there is that man, you totally forgot.
Who is that one?
That is the chairman, LC1. There is that man you people don't think about. If he has a bicycle, that is, if it's there, it is his. That man is in the village and you people almost don't know about him. So who supervises this person you said the president said
this
should exist?
Village health officer.
Yes.
Who has been a volunteer. And they are there across the country.
Who does he or she work with?
Supervised by the health officer at the... As I've said, each sub-county has a health center 3, or is supposed to have. Now, but that is there. So that person is supposed to know what is the VHT doing. Now we are going to provide them 100,000 shillings per month as a directive of the president.
Okay.
And we're stating now. But also you've talked about
For how long? Because actually, before you even go to something else, what lessons have you learned as the local government system in this pandemic situation? Because it's as if we need some things permanently in existence. What if something else comes up? Do we start running around to look for people's vehicles to give ambulance services?
Let me first reassure the LC1 chairperson.
Yes.
With his airtime.
Exactly.
They also have a meeting. They may need a bottle of water. So we're putting 100,000 at each village. And we're making sure that it is also going through the cow. It will reach them. But what is the learning? What is the take home? How does this affect our service delivery? Number one, it is very clear that health is a priority. We may want more roads, and we need them. We need education, there is no doubt. We need trade, and there is no doubt. But all those
we can only use when we are alive.
A person who is alive.
Yes, and healthy.
So, this is strengthening our belief as government that we must prioritize health. Not just in word, budgetary resources, in terms of human resource, in terms of equipment, in terms of drugs, in terms of more gratifying that now we recognize that this system cannot stop at the sub-county. We cannot talk of health center 3 full stop. This system must run up to the village level, where the person you want to treat, where the person you want to help resides.
Okay.
So also, it's also important that we do recognize and re-emphasize the role of these local governments in sensitization. We can fight COVID by getting more oxygen plants. We need more hospital beds. There should be more doctors, and there should be enough treatment when you go to hospital. But I think another important lesson is, let's avoid it. That is in the head. Prevention. There is that saying, he has guided how we should do it. Who is going to do that?
It is the man in the village.
It is the committee of the village.
Honorables will wind up. What kind of strategy are you taking as the Ministry for Local Government to ensure all the plans that you have stipulated here in the local government structures, right from the district deep to the village?
Well, I've explained. Today, I think I saw the Minister of Health releasing a statutory instrument, making sure that the guidelines given by His Excellency the President take the force of law. So, for example, if you are out in the public, you must put on a mask. You don't want to put it on. It becomes an offense in law. We also strengthen sensitization and communication. In terms of our planning, we have gladly negotiated, and the media, I like to thank you. They have given us time every week on every radio station, free of charge, for the local governments to interface with their community. So we must do communication and sensitization. In terms of our planning, we realize that you cannot fight this alone as government.
Okay.
So we must continue to work with the private sector, with the community, with everybody. So health is the responsibility of everybody.
At different structures.
At the different structures.
Okay.
And finally, yes, I've talked of government budgeting, but I think it goes even to the local governments, even at the district level, even at the municipal level, the cities. We must now re-examine our budgets and ask ourselves that question. How much priority are we giving to health and life? Not just treatment, but also prevention, nutrition, sensitization, sanitation, and all that. It goes together as a package.
Okay.
It's a good line.
Borrowed from this kind of experience to the
because
future
now
operations.
we're talking of funding from government, funding from well-wishers.
But how do we break it?
I want to see a local government within its own local revenue taking priority to health. And
thank you so much, Honorable.
People.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Together we can fight COVID.
Thank you so much, Honorable. We'll get more time because we have a lot to ask you about what is happening deep to the villages.
Let's release the resources. Let's reactivate the structures. Maybe another 1 or 2 weeks we should come back and interface with the public.
Okay.
On the performance
He
of
is the Honorable
RAPHAEL
MAGYEZI. He is the Minister for Local Governments in the government of Uganda, and that's the picture. Government is releasing money to the districts and up to the municipalities and the villages to ensure that work is run in as far as fighting COVID is concerned, and a lot more that they have in store to see to that. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jordan LUKOMWA. We have Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Jessica Alupo, telling her story into national service. Immediately after this, please do not go anywhere. She will be on your screen. Honorable, thank you so much for coming.
Welcome, Jordan.
Yes.
Been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.